Welcome back to Joy Recovery Radio, where we're dedicated to helping couples find healing and hope after sexual infidelity and betrayal trauma. We share real stories, practical strategies, and deep insights to support you on both sides of this difficult journey. We truly believe this message can change lives, and you can help us reach more people by engaging with our content. Wherever you listen, on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or YouTube, please hit that follow or subscribe button. A quick like and a 5-star review also goes a long way, helping others discover our community when they need it most. Let's dive into today's episode.
Hi, welcome back to Joy Recovery Radio. If you're in recovery and you're trying to rebuild trust with your partner, there may be times, especially in the early phases, where you feel like she's trying to control you. And you're wondering, how long do I have to live like this? When do I get my freedom back? Some men will even say they feel like they're living in a prison. It can feel frustrating. You can feel like every move you make is being scrutinized, like you're constantly living under surveillance, and you can't even blow your nose without permission. But here's the reality. She's not trying to control you. She is desperately trying to feel safe. And your actions during this season will determine a lot of her healing. By being proactive, by supplying safety before she even has to seek it, you can shorten the season of disequilibrium in the relationship. And you can show her that she can rely on you again. You can keep adding one brick at a time, a bridge of rebuilding trust with her. So in this episode, we're going to break down, what does supplying safety for the betrayed partner look like in real life? How do we addicts shift our mindset and quit seeing ourselves as the victim in the equation? So let me begin with an analogy I thought of the other day. I was trying to think, how do I convey this transfer of power and the necessity for it to the men that I work with? And I thought about another environment where a transfer of power sometimes is necessary, and that is in our government. Imagine our nation, the United States, is under attack. In normal times of peace and security, the power of our government is balanced between the three branches, the president, Congress, and the courts. But when there's some kind of national emergency, when national security is at stake, the other two branches of the government willingly transfer more power to the president so that he can respond quickly to the threat. In a very real way, betrayal has now caused our relationship to be in a state of emergency. The relational security and the future of the relationship is at stake. When we addicts lied and cheated and deceived, we were functioning like a dictator. There was power imbalance already in the relationship. We had all the power. We were hoarding the power. We were deciding what her reality was. We were deciding what she should and should not know, what she could and could not handle. We were controlling the narrative. We were robbing her of her voice and even her own sense of what was real. It creates in the relationship a sort of martial law. The betrayed partner is left in chaos. She's unsure what is real anymore, and she is living in this constant state of fear and hypervigilance. And so there is an absolute necessity for a shift in power. To begin, the addict, we must willingly surrender the power that we were hoarding in an imbalanced fashion to the victim. So what does this look like practically? 3 things come to mind initially. Number 1, we give up veto power. We give up that right temporarily. There's no more debating with her what her reality or her reactions should look like. We let go of control. Number two, we give up privacy. That is, what we supply her is total, 100%, radical, ridiculous transparency, where she decides what she should and should not know, what she could and could not handle. We let go of that gatekeeper role. And number three, we give up control of the narrative. She is now setting the terms for what life needs to look like right now. She sets the terms and the timeline of what healing looks like. Men, we're not being punished. This is relational triage. This is what it looks like to rebuild trust with her. This is what it looks like to supply safety. Let's dig a little deeper on this topic. After betrayal, the betrayed partner takes on the role, out of necessity, of a safety seeker. She didn't ask for this. She didn't expect this. She didn't vote for this. She didn't sign up for this. She didn't want this. But it is her reality now. Her nervous system is on fire. It is in overdrive. She now finds herself constantly scanning her environment for danger, for more lies, for more deception, for more threats. She isn't paranoid. She's trying to survive. So our role during this season is to become a safety supplier while she is a safety seeker. And we need to proactively supply that safety before she even asks. Because the more we supply safety for her and the less she has to seek it, the safer she actually feels. Now, let's make something really clear here. I feel like we need to reframe our understanding of who is actually in a prison. We addicts will say, I feel like I'm living in a prison. And that can make it sound like the betrayed partner is enjoying this wonderful life of freedom, and she doesn't have restrictions. The truth is, in many ways, she's the one living in a deeper, invisible prison. Her life is now constrained, not by locks or rules, but by fear, trauma, and hypervigilance. She's scanning for signs of lies and secrecy and deception. She has, on average, 127 triggers a day that she's trying to navigate. Every time you get a text message, every time you touch a phone or a laptop, every time there's some kind of surprise that she did not expect, this sounds off an internal alarm for her. You really think that she can relax? Her body and her mind are trapped in a state of hyperstress. Her trust in the person that she thought was her protector is shattered. She's no longer free to feel peace, joy, or even spontaneity. It's as if her well-being is now tethered to us and our every behavior. And every action that we take feels like we are one stupid decision away from destroying her world all over again. So she's carrying this incredible weight of betrayal. She's dealing with carried shame. She's dealing with anger. She's dealing with confusion. She's going through 5 stages of grief, grieving over the loss of the relationship and the reality that she thought she had. These emotions isolate her. It limits her freedom to just live a normal life. Many betrayed partners often constrict their lives, and they no longer are able to enjoy the social relationships and even family relationships that they used to enjoy. So men, we need to reframe our perspective. She isn't trying to control you. She's not trying to take away power from you. She's not trying to make you pay for what you did. She's trying to survive. She's in a prison. She's in a prison that we created for her. Every time we proactively supply safety for her, it is unlocking part of that prison. When we are transparent, when we are accountable, when we are consistent, when we're proactive, the less she has to seek safety, the faster her internal freedom is growing. And the sooner equilibrium in the relationship can be restored. So every proactive step that you take to supply safety for her before she has to ask, you are shortening her prison sentence. But let me emphasize, your attitude matters. It's not enough to take the right action. If we take the right action and we supply safety for her, but we do it with resentment and bitterness and feeling like we're the true victim here, we're actually increasing and prolonging her prison sentence. But when we take the right action with the right attitude, and the right attitude is humility and gratitude. Humility because we've done so much damage to the person we love. And gratitude because she's still here. She's still in the relationship. You get another day to pursue a new relationship with her. And the goal is not to win back your own freedom for yourself first. The goal is to supply safety so that she can reclaim her freedom.
At joy-recovery.com, we offer personalized recovery coaching to help you move from pain to purpose. We also provide supportive groups where you can connect with others who truly understand. So, whether you're battling addiction, healing from betrayal, or rebuilding a brand new relationship, you're not alone. We can help. Go to joy-recovery.com today.
Supplying safety can look different ways in different relationships, but often it involves things that we do proactively to supply safety, such as installing accountability software on all your devices. And you don't wait for her to request that. Procuring and installing a GPS tracker on your car, or sharing your location on your phone. Procuring and installing home cameras throughout the house connected to her phone so that you're transparent and she feels safe. Canceling and closing and deleting all social media accounts. Giving her access to all financial accounts. Sharing all your passwords with her. Putting filters on your streaming service like VidAngel. Or doing away with TV for a while. Every time you supply safety for her, without her having to be the police, what you're saying to her is, I know I created danger and an unsafe world for you. So I am creating safety now, before you have to ask. Your attitude makes or breaks this. If you hand your phone over to her, but you sigh, or you roll your eyes, or you mutter under your breath, this is so ridiculous. Why can't she move on? Why can't she trust me? You think she feels safe? If you install software on your devices, but you complain that you can't do anything with your life anymore, and you have zero privacy, you think she hears commitment from you? No, she hears resentment. When you supply safety with bitterness, it's not safety. It's just another injury, is all it is. We addicts must give up our rights and our freedoms for relational security, just like the branches of government, for a season, give up their power for the sake of national security. And we must do this with humility, patience, and gratitude. Let me say something to the betrayed partners. When you're trying to seek safety, you're not crazy. You're not controlling. You're not trying to ruin his life. You're not trying to pursue power. You're not trying to make him pay. You're trying to survive. You have permission to ask for whatever you need to feel safe. You have permission to say, I need to have access to your phone in order to feel safe. I need to have control of the finances for a while. I need you to check in with me when you leave the house. Your needs are not a burden. Your needs are the roadmap back to trust and to a new relationship. So here's the good news. This imbalance of power, it's not permanent. It's for a season. It's for a season of healing. And the more safety she feels and the more trust that's rebuilt, the more equilibrium you'll experience in the relationship. As we supply more safety with the right attitude of humility and gratitude, the betrayed partner's need to seek safety decreases. She begins to become regulated. Her nervous system begins to relax. She doesn't feel the need to put up a police state to constantly check on you because your actions are starting to be trustworthy. And over time, and I can't give you any kind of timeline, each relationship is unique, but over time, the relationship moves from a crisis, an emergency, where powers are shifted, back to equilibrium and balance. One of the things that I supplied years ago for Jacqueline is anytime I had to go to the office for anything, I decided to create a Zoom recording that would record to the cloud, and she could see every second that I was away from the home. And I would start it from the moment I left our driveway until the moment I returned to our driveway. Till one day she said, you know what? I don't need you to do that anymore. She felt safe. What that was telling me that day that she did that was that me proactively supplying safety. And she never asked for a Zoom recording. She never asked for me to do that. Just like she never asked for me to take maintenance polygraphs every 3 months. I supplied that. The more I have supplied safety for Jacqueline, the less she has to seek it, the safer she feels, the more she trusts me, the more equilibrium we have in our relationship. So let me close with this, with a word of encouragement. For us men, don't just hand over your power, but proactively supply safety. Supply it before she even asks. Do it with humility, do it with gratitude. Every proactive step you take, it shortens her own prison sentence. Betrayed partners, you're not weak for needing safety. In fact, you're wise. This is what's necessary. You are fighting for the future of your relationship. And as you see him consistently supplying safety for you, you will slowly feel less of a need to seek it. The end goal is not to return to the old reality or the old relationship that you had. That reality and that relationship is gone, and it's gone forever, and it should be. The end goal is to build something new, a stronger relationship, a safer relationship, an authentic relationship, a relationship that will last for the rest of your lives. Thanks for joining us, and until next time, choose joy.
That wraps up another episode of Joy Recovery Radio. We hope our conversation today brought you clarity, comfort, or a new perspective on your journey. Remember, healing is possible, and you don't have to walk this path alone. To learn more about how we can support you, visit us at joy-recovery.com. There, you'll find information about our individual and couples coaching practice designed to provide tailored support for both addicts and betrayed partners. You can also explore our various online groups, offering safe and confidential spaces for connection, shared experience, and growth. Thank you for joining us today. Until next time, choose joy.